Shareholders Showdown. Protesters calling for Ken Lewis to be ousted, and just into the newsroom, Bank of America's CEO is out as chairman of the board. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bobby Sisk, in tonight for Dave Wagner.
And I'm Sonia Gant. Within the last few minutes, the announcement that Ken Lewis loses his job as chairman of the board. He will, however, retain his position as CEO. We have live team coverage on the shareholder showdown, beginning with BERKY, who was inside the meeting.
Well, Sonia, we knew when the final vote tallies were not announced at the meeting that it was going to be close. That final tally now in. Ken Lewis stays as CEO and president, but loses his title of chairman of the board. The proposal to appoint an independent chairman passed by a narrow margin. Dr. Walter Massey will now be the new chairman. The meeting today was at times contentious, and Ken Lewis actually seemed on edge when there were calls for his ouster. But it appears tonight now Ken Lewis will keep his job, but his title has changed.
These people are the architects of this system that has us all on our hands and knees.
Some 2,000 shareholders were drawn to the meeting, many unhappy with plunging stock portfolios.
As stockholders, we're very disappointed.
But inside the Belk Theater, supporters of Ken Lewis seemed to outnumber those who wanted him out. While there were questions about the acquisition of Merrill Lynch and Countrywide that forced the bank to accept huge government bailouts, Lewis himself said he believed they were the right moves.
Today I can state without reservation that these acquisitions are not mistakes to be regretted. Both are looking more and more like successes to be celebrated.
Former Bank of America CEO HUGH McColl agreed.
My view is, as he pointed out, that already the Merrill merger is producing earnings as it did in the first quarter, and I do believe it's a good long-term investment.
Stockholders who have lost much left the 4-hour meeting not knowing if Lewis would survive because of a delay in the vote count. Many remained optimistic.
I've got hope that the bank can lead us through this and out of this over the intermediate term.
So we now know Ken Lewis does survive, but his job changes a bit. What is the significance of all of that? Well, we just talked with UNCC banking expert Tony PLATH, and here's what Tony had to say.
The only real significant change is separating the chair's position from the CEO's position, which in the case of Bank of America, where you've got a unified board supporting their CEO, isn't going to represent a significant change in the way the company does business. Having said that, that is a blow to Ken's ego, and that does indicate there is dissatisfaction with the management and the board of the company.
And it's a story we'll continue to follow. In the newsroom, BERKY, News Channel 36.
Okay.